何かを残せるのかと。
死にたくない。お願いだ、見逃してくれ。こんな日はいらない。
That's how you do it.
冷たい両手が憎い。
Things that has been missing in a lot of other Hoyo games. Stellaron included, Zenless included. In-game cutscenes like this, a trailer and previews. Yeah, like characters' backstory, a little flashback moments, the demo that a lot of Genshin characters has, and even the Starter has. They pushed it out way too early before the patch release, so people already expected it. We already know what's gonna be there, so the hype, the whole thing disappears. When you see it again in game, it feels like it's not as interesting anymore, you know. So this animation this kind of animation is the payoff of all the quote unquote fest of any anime, in any animation, in any story. This kind of things, it should be the payoff. But since they already give it out too far ahead, like a whole week before a patch was even released, and they give out trailers and previews months before the patch was even out, and that kind of spoils the hype. It kills the entire journey for us players to play the game, and story-wise basically, and to enjoy it. Because we already seen this kind of stuff. We already seen it. It's just a little variation of what we already been told before. So they felt that the whole process is actually being retold over and over again. This kind of stuff should be only available for the player base upon updating the patch, when the patch is fully launched globally. That's how Gun Girl Z and Honkai Impact did it, which is what makes the entire game and playthrough, the entire journey of playing the game, despite it having less animation, less facial expression, and a lot more fast. In fact, even the lore is like even worse than what Genshin has. Everything, at least in Genshin, is as shitty as it is. Every lore and details is inside the game, and everything is in there. Where Honkai Impact, you have to go to 3, 4, 5 section outside of the third party, fourth party sites just to figure it out, to fully understand the entire storyline. So to fully immerse yourself, they should have gone back to that era and did it the same way. No more trailers. It's not that they can't do any of those live preview, but at the very least, during the live preview, you don't show the trailer of what's going to happen in the story. Don't do that one. Don't put that out. At the very least, just make a trailer about what the character move or what the character kits are, showcasing how they look like during combat. Character design wise, the drip marketing, that's fine. Drip marketing style, that's fine. The preview, the demo, those things should at least pop out only when every player press the play button of the game. Upon updating, during the validation, let this kind of thing play. Let the trailer of the entire patch play. During validation, during the patch update and downloads. That's what Gun Girl Z and Honkai Impact did every single time. And despite global and China server has like a whole year of separation, no one in Honkai Impact felt spoiled of the main storyline. Despite having all that thing available in Bilibili, the Chinese players already playing it. You know, all these cutscenes, they already seen it. Global only get it today. Yet we felt the entire hype because the moment we're downloading the patch, the moment we start playing, the moment the server is open and available for everyone, the first thing we see is the trailer of the entire patch. And so when these things comes in, despite all the 7 hours, 10 hours of gameplay of Yapfest, it felt worth it. But if we already seen this in YouTube before, a week before the patch was even out, we already know it's gonna be there. Despite it take 5 seconds of this thing as a trailer that we already know, it's okay, we're gonna see this somewhere in the game. So the process, the payoff was already been given out. And then you expect us to go through that again just to see the full context of that 5-second animation you made. It feels like it's a huge waste of time. It loosens the entire. It makes the entire storytelling becomes boring, you know. That's why the quote unquote says Yapfest takes too much time. It's like, but the truth is, all the Yapfest that the people are complaining about is actually context, necessary context to create the payoff. You know, the catharsis, the catharsis and cathartic moments was given throughout that time. It's not that people are asking. I mean, I understand a lot of people want more facial expressions and the what you call this, the show and not tell kind of style. They only want that because it's not because it's lacking in a lot of these in Genshin and Star Rail. It's not because it's lacking of it. It's the fact that the payoff for what they got was given out way too early. So now the whole thing was, so all the Yapfest, they want more of the Yapfest being shown because you already showed them the entire hype moments. Which, yeah, it's fun to watch it again. And sometimes we already finished the entire season of an anime. We go back to episode 1 just to watch it again. So there's nothing wrong with the minute animations that they give out. It's just that the hype was gone. So replaying the whole chapter, we skip a lot of stuff. We want to skip a lot of stuff because we felt we've already been there. They should have given it a few tries, you know, to make this kind of stuff. This cutscene, the CG, and the preview trailer only available upon our downloads. During the download. So yeah, maybe the first person who was able to finish the download in 5 seconds probably can upload the damn thing. They at least did not the developer themselves spoiling it. It's not going to be the developer themselves spoiling it. It's going to be the player base, and there we can point fingers at that. Okay? That's basically a leak. You know, we can just avoid those things. I mean, just think about it. How many trailers and previews that we have for every character that's in Star Rail, which is very interesting enough for us to actually, want to know the character, wants to play the game. How many times have we seen that? But when we play the actual game, when we play the actual story, how many people are complaining how bad the story is? How long it takes. It's always about how long it takes. And you see, but these are the same people who are willing to watch 1,000 episode of an anime and call it a good storytelling. You know, it doesn't make sense. Why would they be complaining about how long a story is being told when a good story a good anime that they watch is over 10, 15 seasons long and they were willing to wait 5-6 years with it? It just doesn't make sense. Because the hype was never there. Because none of those anime that they watch that has any trailers of saying the entire patch, the entire backstory of a character they experienced it firsthand when it was released.
私には
So
もう一度試してみる
no matter how much gap fest that exists in that kind of storytelling, in that story, in the anime itself,
私たちに
no one give a fuck. They don't give a fuck because they felt the payoff was worth it. The 5-second animation at the end felt worth it, and every manga reader, yeah, despite, yeah, sure, a lot of the stuff in the manga, most of the time when they're adapted to anime, was cut off, and
昔に
for time constraint, you know.
さながら
At the very least,
かりまし
the
た
payoff felt good, you know. They
そ
spent
の内容はこうで
weeks,
す
hours reading the entire series in a volume, and then when you finally see it in the 30 minutes, the span of 30 minutes for the anime episode,
指先を
the
与え
payoff felt good.
そして抱擁の後永遠の別れ
So they'll have less to complain about,
それを聞い
which
て
is what Genshin and well, mainly what Hoyo games has been doing. You know, they try to do this, even in Zendesk, they're doing this comic panel style. They're basically inspired by this anime style of storytelling from the actual source of reading a manga and then show. It's a tell then show system that is technically a part of storytelling.
出会いのためにあるはずなのに私の両手は
They should give it a try. They should give it a try. Go back to Honkai Impact style. At least Honkai Impact Season 1 basically style of story, how they make the story.
一生逃れられない
And let's see what happens. You know, how many, just let me be like, you know, maybe 4.0 in about.
忘れようとしている
3.0 is too late already for that one. But 4.0, try 4.0 for starter. The only trailer and preview that you're gonna see in the live stream, in a live preview for the next upcoming patch, has nothing to do with the story itself, just about the character. They can yap fast themselves by showing a still image of CG image of what's there to come. Still instead of the animation section, and showcasing a character, marketing the character in a still 2D image system, and or if they still want some animation on it, just add in some how the character moves and what animation that the character has. Just give that shit. Yeah, it looks
こ
lame,
の話は
still good, but I don't think a lot of the people who wants the story will actually want that to watch the whole live stream.
ささやかなプレゼントなん
They
で
don't want to be spoiled, so they only watch it because they want to bring more gems, and that's it.
手作りの小物で
The master tapes and everything. They just want to give rewards.
死のタイタンに謁見する旅で待ち受けるのはきっと予想のできないことばかりでしょう。ですから出発前の時間を大切にし悔いのない
For example, not Kai in Genshin. We already seen what character that exists, what character that's gonna be relevant for the story, and what happens when we play the story. That's the only animation we see.
見てから
That was the only animation part of those characters that we see.
さあこちらです。
It gives a false expectation.
プレゼントが見当たりません。どういうことでしょう。
You should just give it a try.
ええ、ただの手作りの小物ですし、盗まれるような品ではありません。